G'day golfers! Today's lesson is how to chip a ball in golf, using 3 of the best golf training aids that money can buy. The fantastic news is that you already own them. You have them at home. We're going to show you 3 really easy drills that are going to help you with your chipping technique and improve your contact around the greens. As always, we have our free training guide download with all of the images and notes from today's lesson, and that's in the description below. Now stick around, we've got a bonus tip. We're going to reveal what these short game maestros do so differently to help them stay connected and control these shots around the green. I'm Glen Haynes. Welcome to Aussie Golf Pros, where we help you be the best golfer you can be. Oh dear, we've really got to improve contact around the greens. We've got to learn how to stop topping the golf ball and how to stop hitting behind the golf ball. And a lot of those issues come from collapsing, from scooping, trying to lift the ball up in the air rather than trusting the club to do the work. So how do we stop collapsing that left wrist, that lead wrist for a right-hander? Well, here's our first golf training aid. It's the humble spoon. That's right, the spoon is going to stop you collapsing that wrist. So what we're going to do is going to slide the end of the spoon down into the forefinger of your glove, right in down there, so the edge of the spoon is facing in towards your forearm, and it's right on top of your snuff box there. So that way, if we collapse that left wrist, then the top of the spoon is going to hit your forearm. It's going to give us that feedback that we need to get out of the habit of collapsing and scooping. We don't want that bottom hand to just lift the ball up in the air. We want the club to do the work for us. So right in the forefinger, that's it, poke it right down there. And that's going to encourage us to, as we come through, we're just going to keep that wrist flatter. We're going to allow the club's loft to do the work for us. If we want to hit it higher, we just use a bit more loft. I've got a sand wedge here. And if we can trust the loft of the club to do the work for us, we're really going to improve contact and start to hit the grass under the ball instead of topping the shot or hitting the grass behind the golf ball. So have a couple of practice swings, just making sure that that spoon doesn't touch your forearm. Shouldn't touch your forearm at all. As soon as you collapse, the spoon is going to hit your forearm there. Now you can use a sharp knife if you're really motivated, but I wouldn't recommend it. Right. Let's see how we go. As I said, this is really going to help you with your chipping technique. And you can see here that the spoon is away from the forearm. Much easier to slide that club under the ball. It didn't go super high. It just went high enough to get over the fairway grass there, land on the green, and go up next to the hole. We don't want to help it up in the air. Getting this here, collapsing that left wrist is really going to kill your contact, and that's where a lot of those fat and thin shots come from. So keeping the spoon away, and we get a lot more spin and control over the shot as well. Here's our second golf training aid that you'll have at home, just a small or medium-sized towel. This one's quite special. It's from our partners at Red Belly Active, and if you're keen to get a towel from them, then we've got a link in the description for that as well. So anyway, let's get a small towel and let's pop it behind the ball there, because we want to encourage ourselves to get that grass in the right spot. We want to clip the grass under the golf ball. We don't want to hit the grass too far behind the ball. A little bit's okay, but we don't want to overdo it. So we don't need the towel really close. I'm going to have it around about 8 inches away from the ball, and let's get into the habit of hitting the grass in the right spot. It doesn't have to be super close. Just the fact that the towel is there is going to encourage you to hit that grass in a better spot. And this is the other thing it's going to encourage, just a little bit of forward momentum onto that front foot. You're just going to do it automatically just to get away from the towel. And that's what we want. We want a little bit of flow here, a little bit of motion as we come through, getting onto that front foot just to get away from the towel. We don't want to take divots. We're just still skimming the grass under the ball, and the towel is just going to help us to hit that grass in a better spot. That's exactly what we're after. I caught just a hint of grass before the golf ball, but because I was just brushing the grass and not digging down in, that works perfectly well. We're not trying to lift it up in the air. We're not trying to help it up in the air. We're going to trust the loft of the club to do the work for us. Because if we're trying to help it, we're going to get onto that back foot and we're going to hit that towel. Contact isn't just about hitting the grass in the right spot. We also want to hit the ball right out of the sweet spot so that we can be more consistent and get control over the spin rate. If we hit it towards the toe or the heel of the club, then that's going to affect your direction control and your distance control. We don't want that to happen. We want to hit more shots out the middle. And that's pretty easy to achieve and improve upon just using our third training aid, which is humble tee peg. So we're going to get 2 tees, and just pop them apart there like that. Stick them in the grass. Got the green one there, that's vertical outside the toe of the club, and the white one, we've got that at an angle. Let's make it a little bit closer than that though. We want it to be challenging but possible. So now it's a case of just using an external focus of attention, just getting better at, see if we can brush the grass between the tees. Now you're going to hit some tees. You get it nice and close, you're going to hit one of the tees. That's fine, that's feedback. So if you're hitting, I'll put the golf ball down there. If you're continually hitting the outside tee, the green one here, then that means you're making contact out of the heel of the club. And if you keep hitting the white one, the inside tee, that means you're hitting it off the toe of the club. It's going to change your spin rate and your control. So just with a bit of practice in the garden or out in the golf course, you will get better at chipping between those tees, improving your contact and improving your consistency. And it's simple and easy to do. That might seem really difficult because the tees are really close, but with a bit of practice, start without the golf ball and then do it with the golf ball. I guarantee you, you will get a lot better at contacting your chip shots, hitting more shots out the sweet spot, and being much more consistent with your, especially your distance control and your spin rate. We promised you a bonus tip that's going to help you with your connection around the greens. And it's as simple as this. When you come through into the follow through, we obviously want that wrist nice and flat, but look at my elbows. See, they're soft. We don't want rigid straight arms here like that. That's going to create a lot of tension and it's going to be difficult for you to control the speed of the shot. You want to be a lot more relaxed. Watch how Tiger Woods and Cameron Smith chip and Brett Rumford, all of these guys have really soft arms as they come through. Allow the elbows to just soften and tuck in a little bit. And you can see how soft my elbows are here. Much more relaxed there rather than this rigid straight out position. A lot of people think you should be straight out here with your chip shots. Relax the elbows. We want the left wrist flat, but the elbows can be nice and soft. And that's how the Tour Pros chip. They're very relaxed, soft hands, soft arms, and they can control the distance much more easily and get good contact. Now, if you struggle to achieve that, the towel drill, we can use the towel again. So pop that under your arms, and that there is going to help you to bring those elbows in a little bit, and it really helps you with that connection. This is a super drill for chipping. If you're struggling with your chipping action and you find that you're using hands and arms too much with too much tension, this is great for just getting into the habit of using your body to control the shot. You see how I turn through here? The towel drill is really going to help you with that. And you can see my elbows are tucked in here and soft. I've only used sand wedge for all of these chip shots today, but around the greens, I try to be much more versatile than that, and I use almost all the clubs in my golf bag, and you should too. So watch this video next and learn how to choose which club to use in different situations. It's really going to help you be a much more complete player around the greens. There's your free download, your training guide, all of the notes and images from today's lesson, and it's in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Are you the best golfer you can be?